no, Oscar's dead.
He's gone. My dear friend.
Okay, I'm watching off of PC Gamer. Because they are the hosts of this show. We're moving on to the PC Gamer show. PC Gaming show from PC Gamer.
Welcome. This is the official PC Gaming Show 2022 pre-show. It's like the show before the show, so make sure you get comfortable. Get that aggressively named energy drink you love so much, and get ready for the latest and greatest in
It's
the
the
world of
pre-show.
PC gaming.
It's not even the show.
Like that.
When's the
Graphics
show?
driver
At 12:30.
Day one patch you have to install.
We had time all
your
this
favorite
time.
games. Except this is
I
more
could have
of
said
the
more
day
about
one
Lightyear
so
Frontier. Well, I mean, it
gotta
sounds
keep
like
tuned
there
in,
might be
otherwise
some
I'll
stuff here
T-pose
in
for
the
rest of
pre-show.
So while we apply the final dab of thermal paste to this year's PC Gaming Show, let's get things started with some exclusive trailers you can only see in the pre-show right now. Stick around.
They did say there's exclusive trailers for the pre-show too. So yeah, pee break, everybody. Get it. I'm gonna take a pee break so everyone can stretch out, get some snackies, get some drinks. We'll have this running because this is a trailer for a game right now.
No way.
It is, yeah.
This trailer?
I wouldn't have guessed it. Okay, go do your bathroom break.
I keep making Fern. This is how tight quarters Fern always has to get up and let me out.
Through hard work and dedication, you unlock the secret through which true greatness may be achieved.
Yo, Fern.
Yeah, what's up?
What channel you guys watching this on?
PC Gamer, I think. That's what they said.
Righto.
The whole world is at stake.
Spellforce. Yeah, excited for you guys.
Coming soon, a terrible new foe will face the ultimate warriors. Will our heroes survive the Lizard Man War Chief or succumb to the forces of Daedalus? Don't miss these updates coming soon to MythForce.
This looks cool.
Pretty cool.
It's like
This
90s
is-
cartoon style.
Yeah, it's been out in early access for a little bit.
Oh yeah, wait, I remember watching a streamer play this. It's like a 4-player co-op thing.
Yeah, where you're like actually in a 90s cartoon.
Only on the Epic Store.
All right, Kat, we'll be here.
Tear down old buildings. Love a good destruction.
Oh, baby.
Is it a construction sim?
Construction dating sim, dude. Find attractive plots. Construct new estates if, you know what I mean. Wink, wink.
God. Why were the buildings already overgrown?
They good? They all good? This is, I mean, honestly, this would be a cool, different... Oh,
Try to keep everyone happy.
Oh,
Wishless
interesting.
now.
That's an interesting, you know,
Good take.
don't gentrify the neighborhood, you know, and make your buildings as eco-friendly as possible.
Tensions have escalated throughout the world.
Okay, so it's good we're not just completely ditching the pre-show because it looks like there's some cool stuff here.
Looks like stuff that's either out already or like coming out or like not.
Global risk
didn't, you know, honorable mentions for the proper show proper.
They probably just get so many trailer submissions, right, that they have to.
Yeah.
In the midst of all the chaos, a new institution has emerged called New Horizons.
There's a lot of hype building for a new game from Necrosoft Games, who are most famous for the names so familiar, but I have to go look at their library real quick. Oh, they did Oh Dear, which is a kind of old school driving, like old school. What's that one racing game?
Wake up, sleeper.
Wake up, sleeper.
SNES. Was this Resident Sleeper? Like, that's what the game's called. I'm not even kidding.
You can't just be mean to the game, right?
No, this was called. Yeah, there's been a lot of hype building about a Necrosoft Games game where even PC Gamer, in, you know, hyping up this event, said, keep an eye out on this studio.
This looks too much learning for me.
I don't think it's. I've heard really good things about it, and I don't think it's as intense. Oh, Citizens, not Residents.
See this, bro. The devs right now quaking in their boots because the VGG review, Resident Sleeper, Citizen Sleeper.
You have no idea what's coming.
I love the art of this game.
Episode, yeah, the art's really amazing.
They're adding this new narrative.
Isn't
stuff.
it? I think the base game is on Game Pass.
It is, yeah. It was recent, pretty recent.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's it.
That was the whole was that the whole pre-show? Or are they just like 5-minute break?
Well, I'm gonna take this to pee, so.
Go ahead. How's chat doing? Trying to keep up on my sports stuff as well today. Had to find out via a brief mention on our fantasy team, or our fantasy channel and Discord, that one of my pitchers got injured today. Cool. Yikes. One of my favorite ones.
Sorry for my inattention. I'm trying to get some more promo up and work on some of the recap stuff for the website.
Yeah, I wanna hype up sorry. I wanna hype up Fern's also got a
well, hello there, gamers.
Cool looking article. Okay, so they are back. And so they are just taking like 5-minute breaks every once in a while.
Why hasn't the main event started yet? It's because we're still packing all the awesome.
But yeah, I want to shout out Fern's got an article in the works that's looking really snazzy and good and interesting.
Oh, dang.
About how video games are showing the horrible, horrible future we're heading towards. But also hopefully
That makes it sound like a really good read.
it is a good read. But also hopefully showing that, you know, we can avoid it. You know, we can try to push against that. And not end up in these horrible scenarios that some of these games are outlining about the future. So that's going to be a really, I read through the, you know, the early draft and it's looking really good and y'all are going to like it. Y'all are going to be like, wow, why isn't Fern doing the majority of the writing on the website?
No.
Watch the rest of the series on
You can
PCGamer.com
continue
or on
You
YouTube.com/PCGamer,
I'm just here to
debuting
help.
soon.
The boat to Menthol Harbor was
close
a one-way ticket to death.
If you went to Menthol Harbor,
This is cute.
you were corpse walking.
Being able to see their reaction.
So these are stories about
the goal.
So this is a PC Gamer ad now,
variety. I
like
wanted
of
to
stuff
be
that they're doing, and this looks like it's
weird.
like story from gamers about
millions of
things
players,
within
the
games.
virtual world of Azeroth is an escape.
Well, welcome
A
back,
massively multiplayer
Oscar.
role-playing game where you fight
Thank you,
demons
thank you, thank you.
with your friends.
I was shouting out Fern's upcoming article that
World of Warcraft's
they're
bustling
working on top of the daily recaps.
from the outside world. It was a hunting ground. The terror of Menethil Harbor.
Folks lately call me Witchfinger. Back then, I was Harley Davis, the erotic
Yo, look at
fiction
this guy.
troll king of World of Warcraft, and I was basically in the troll mafia.
He
that
said the
ran
erotic
this,
fiction
and I
troll
was in a
king.
guild with Doc
That's
Master
my kind of
Catboy
friend right there.
In the early part of Vanilla WoW. In original Vanilla WoW, there was not a lot of instancing. There was basically 2 continents. And in order to rotate between one continent and the next continent, Kalimdor and Eastern Kingdoms, you had to physically walk onto a dock where you would catch either a zeppelin or a boat. What Angway was famous for was he parked his character on the level 64 road in Menethil
God.
Harbor.
Yeah.
Level 30 Alliance leveling zone, and he killed everyone that tried to get on the boat to another continent.
It's a cool little story.
I'm angry, and I killed over 10,000 players in World of Warcraft.
Oh my god.
I ganked people in Menethil Harbor for about 4 months. I did it.
Gank me,
constantly,
daddy.
And
Okay.
a orc rogue.
Oh, you're agreeing
Easy to
to?
get away from
Thank you,
people.
daddy.
They had some of the hardest hitting like melee attacks in the game. It was a
Make
super
love, not
scary.
war. Craft.
If you want to kill people in a video game, you don't want to be seen. You want to be able to get away, and you want to be able to deal a lot of damage really fast. The reason I was killing a lot of people in Menethil was because I was trying to recreate something that I'd seen in EverQuest. You saw them coming, and you were scared. I mean, you did not want to die to these people. I wanted that notoriety. I wanted to be feared.
Trying to find.
People had to come to me.
They used on Steam. They had
They didn't really
all
have
these
very
groupings,
many
and now they're
options
only showing the
of where
PC
they
Gamer
could
one
go.
right
I mean,
now.
it
I
was
want to see
literally
the
a
rest though.
Small dock that they had to walk across and get onto a boat. That's a confined space. Menethil was just like the
'cause
right
I was gonna say-
combination of lack of guards and tricky spots that I could get away from.
Fish,
people
you should
at.
keep an eye out for just
You kill people. You know,
demos
maybe
for
10 a day,
later
and
that
every
were
day,
multiplayer that we
and,
might be able to play
maybe
together
one
a
of
little
them
bit
would get
before you head out.
and that was a better gank.
I also, sorry, Madra, I have it turned down a bit so that we can
The act of killing
talk
other
over them
players,
without, battling
especially
their
when they're loyal
voices.
or not wanting
It's not their fault.
is a controversial tradition
It's on me.
in World of Warcraft. But Angwy's dedication to it bordered on obsessiveness, and it quickly turned him into a living nightmare on his server.
I just killed people on the docks.
I absolutely hate you, Angwy. You are a nerd and have absolutely no life. Hell, You probably live in your mom's basement.
Angui made people's lives hell. His ability to shut down Menethil Harbor for 4 months turned him into one of World of Warcraft's biggest anti-heroes.
Back in vanilla World of Warcraft, back in the good old days, I was Squig, human rogue, on the Deathicus server. Early on when I was leveling before I became part of the Deathicus culture, he was certainly a nuisance. The boat to Menethil Harbor was a one-way ticket.
Oh, interesting. I need to look into that.
He was a rogue. He had stealth. He knew where you could hide.
Make love, not Warcraft.
He knew how he could get off the boat. He knew where.
Straight to the South Park episode is Make Love, Not Warcraft. Okay, I see.
He definitely camped that boat.
But just because you got to the boat didn't mean you were safe.
Let me see. Let me look if
the boat had a couple of different
it was
spots where you
based
could
on
go
anything
the
specific.
You could go up on top of it and whatnot.
One of my favorite things that I could do if somebody that was trying to be sneaky to get on the boat, and I could just stealth onto the boat. We're out in the water. They think they're safe. They're hiding in a corner, and then I just kill them all real quick. And I could take down like 4 or 5 low-level people before I needed to jump off the boat.
That episode
So
was
what you would have
pretty
to do
sick,
is
actually.
You would have to go to the graveyard, and you would have to graveyard respawn. This would cost durability, and this would also make your run back to Menethil Harbor a bit longer.
Then if they stayed on the boat when it zoned, they would end up at their graveyard with 1 health, and then I'm already there.
There's no actual like
kill them as many times as I wanted at that point.
Specific situation mentioned as
I think it was really frustrating for him because they told me, but it was
an inspiration point. But I would not be surprised if someone experienced this guy's
was legitimately
hell.
Masterclass multiple opponent rogue.
He had stealth, he had stuns, he had blinds, he had everything in his toolbox, and he knew how to use every single one of them to make sure he accomplished his goal.
What made Angui exceptional was his dedication to his craft. He turned it into a science, one that sent many players over the edge.
When you play a character
over the edge,
60,
bro,
it's a pretty big time investment that you're putting into this, and then to have your character just get completely massacred repeatedly, I think it can be hard to keep it cool, I guess, and I find it fun.
Personally, he probably only killed me probably 3 or 4 times, so I tried to avoid it as best I could. After a while, once I realized that Angui was peak Deathicus...
Sorry if we're quiet, we're just getting some stuff squared away before the show gets going.
Being a troll guild, of course we loved him. People would come on the forums and go...
And it's an interesting little story they're telling here, so...
I got ganked by this level 60 rogue named Angui, and your pain is wine to us. It's like this delicious beer.
Ruthlessly killing players for 8 hours a day made him a terror.
8 hours a day he'd do this?
Brother.
Bro.
Famous.
So Angui and I met. We were both teenagers. And we ended up being guilded together. We were on a horribly boring raid, and we just started talking, and we hit it off very quickly.
Cute.
It is very funny that this guy's like, I don't know, it's just something I did for fun. And he's like, he sat for 8 hours and did, you know what I mean?
Like it was a fun prank. I don't know, it seems fine, but people are really upset.
So we had this alt account named Angui Spy that was literally sitting on a tree stump in Menethil Harbor that was recording all the complaints, everything everybody said whenever he would kill them.
And I would kind of edge people on and tell them that they should complain about Angui, knowing that he was probably going to capture all of that and post it on his website.
That was even more fun because now he could actually get the hate mail. You were throwing gasoline on a fire.
I set up a website where I hosted screenshots of people that had ganked, mainly hate tells and nasty comments. I feel like the screenshots were trophies. It showed how good I was doing at my job, I guess.
Hey, Angui, go suck. Poor Angui, insecure little boy, stick it out in a game. You really need a life. Stupid Angui.
The website was just kept growing and growing and growing, and I was doing weekly updates, with my wife, Nicole.
You know, the website took a lot of time. It was a huge undertaking to launch this every week and get something live.
He was this absolutely normal dude living a normal life with this girlfriend, and his goals were beyond your understanding.
Angui had extraordinary talent for getting under people's skin.
Yeah, Angui hit us from both sides. He hit us in game, and then he would troll the forums and let everybody know that he was hitting us in game and that there was nothing we could do about it.
Well, I really hope you die.
Oh my God.
Preferably.
Goodness.
And all of your family goes with you, and your line stops for good with you.
The website is what really elevated Angui above the everyday trolls in World of Warcraft. It was just so funny seeing how he could get such a rise out of people and all of the hate and vitriol that was directed towards them.
I sympathize with a lot of the victims. I was like, they're just having a bad day. Just like, let them go. You did your thing. People got kind of nasty though, and at that point my empathy kind of goes away.
I was killing random lobies, and I don't know what level this guy was, but he was very upset. And he was letting me know that he didn't like it. Eventually, I got a message from his kid saying, I'm sorry my dad is being such a jerk or something like that. Like, he seemed to get it. And I totally told the dad. And from my perspective, it's like, I'm playing a video game where part of the game is that you get to kill each other. Like, it's a PvP server. Like, you have an option where you don't get killed, and you're choosing to go on this one where you do get killed, and then getting upset because you're getting killed. And in hindsight, I feel bad about it. Like, I have kids now, but I never saw him again, and I don't think that kid, I'm sure that was not a fun time for him.
I think one of the big things that is really interesting about him
That's funny. Behavioral psychologist weighs in.
The duality of two different people. In the game, he has one personality. In real life, he's another, and he can separate them. Those traits that you play in game don't always come out in IRL. Honestly, it's
in real life
in my eyes for him to be able to do this. Yes, it's going
to.
He's probably over there just laughing, being like, "Yeah, that sucks for you, man. I'm going to keep doing it though, because to me it brings me joy."
At some point, somebody found out that they could get my name, or what they thought was my name, and my address and my phone number from DNS on the website. I mean, it's a little creepy.
I remember it being like, oh wow, like this is getting serious. Like, are they actually gonna do something about this, or are they just trying to intimidate us? And so, you know, it seemed like the less attention we gave it, the faster it went away.
As Angui's reign of terror continued each and every day for those 4 months, he only became more notorious, while other players would often challenge him, and even sometimes win. No one could permanently stop his killing spree.
You come right back, dude.
I got a message from just a random person in the guild. He's like, hey, somebody wrote a guide on how to get around you, and I wanted the
That's
guide
so funny.
really bad. So I leveled up a character and then got into their guild, got forum access, and then got the guide. And it was a full-on guide on how to stop me from killing them.
Oh my
it's like
God.
The most flattering thing.
That's so
You took
funny.
the time to think up all these different tactics on how to get around me. Once I got them, I pretty much just tried to make it as invalid as possible. And that was probably my most prized possession, other than my daughters now.
That guide is really indicative of Angui's influence on Deathicus. He was more than just another player. He became this raid boss that required the coordination of entire guilds in order to take down. No one else has really ever done that before or since.
Chat. I know I can hype that Core Keeper will be in this event again.
I wasn't doing well in community college. All my friends that I used to play with, they were all going to school, or they were having families. I didn't really know what to do with my life, I guess.
Do you wanna
I didn't want to play video games all my whole life.
Yeah. I can't do it while you're in there.
This is kind of great, dude.
It was almost
Tales from the hard drive.
A relief of like,
No, you
I don't
can't
have to
open
live up
stories
to
that are being edited, remember?
So it kind of got down to where, like, do I want to do this thing I don't enjoy, or
Just do
I
it
wanna
after
go try
you.
to, go to school? I went to college. I got a degree in game
No, yeah,
design. I became a computer programmer.
This is a really
Worked at
interesting.
a few game companies, and then I
And like how they got a hold of these people too, you know? From stories from like the early 2000s, you know?
Long after Angui quit World of Warcraft, his legacy spread and lived on.
Oh god!
Awarded him.
There was more online rage against Angry than against everyone who's been compared to Hitler.
Forums and Reddit threads, players retold Angui's story again and again.
Angui's story really harkens back to a time when World of Warcraft was just much more social. And I think players really crave that kind of freedom to write their own legacy, and that's why Angui's story has endured.
I don't know. I don't think that game exists anymore. The gaming culture has changed so much that I don't know that you'd even be able to recreate the same thing again.
The best part about World of Warcraft to me was always the people. The community changed.
I beat the game. I made friends. That's really what MMOs like should be. That's what they are about. And if your MMO's not about that, then your MMO sucks. That's really all there is to it.
I think that's
called out really all other MMOs.
Is that player interaction, and it's something that's mostly gone from games.
Jesus.
Currently.
Yeah, see, that's Xbox just tweeted out a meme.
I missed it a lot.
Just spacing out about Starfield, and it's like, it's just why are you so quiet? What's on your mind? And then it's a guy's head, and then they wrote, write text over the brain, and it says over 100 systems, over 1,000 planets.
Killing people.
Like, there's not going to be content on all those planets, and so you just worry about what that eventually looks like there, you know.
Mistake, and I got stuck over there.
All right, 3 minutes. This is Tales from the Hard Drive, so
you were corpse walking.
Stories from all those games.
Oh, I was
supposed to just be a video game.
I wanted that notoriety. I wanted to be.
Bro, I'm about to go watch these if they're out after this.
I don't know how you would go about even finding someone who is essentially a myth.
We finally tracked down one member of this mysterious.
Yeah.
Once we start doing the newer games, Let Me Solo Her is going to be on one of these.
What is?
Have you seen that?
Living a normal life.
There's a player in Elden Ring called Let Me Solo Her.
Oh
that
yeah,
just sits outside. Yeah, sits outside of the hardest boss in the game.
And invite, like, call me in, bro. I'm going. I'm ready.
In the black, you never can truly trust the people you fly beside.
Are you 40,000 light years from home? Don't panic.
The Sims was the ultimate icebreaker.
Bro, chill. The top comment on the story, that angry story right now on YouTube is, this guy seems like a piece of shit. More than anything, legit don't know why you're giving him a platform to speak. Like, bro, there are actual pieces of shit in the world.
It's a video. He's that guy's perpetuating exactly what Angry wants.
He's updating the site with that now. Like, it's a game. Why you have to be mad?
It's only game.
But yeah, Mad Rat, essentially someone will have a story about an experience they had with The Sims 2, so that's pretty cool. That's funny. Persona 5 is the perfect game for Game Pass because it forces people to subscribe for at least 5 years to 100% it. It just hit me. Persona 5 on Steam Deck.
Yo.
The synapses just fired.
You took a limitless pill.
That's what it sounds like when you take the limitless pill.
Good things come to those who wait, and your patience has finally paid off. Get ready because the 2022 PC Gaming Show kicks off in just a few moments, and we got dozens of new games, trailers, exclusive interviews, which means there's only one thing left to do. It's countdown time. And I'll see you in a sec.
More count. We just had a countdown to a countdown.
This is the fourth countdown in this.
Isn't that the wasn't that the whole joke with Devolver? They said it's the marketing countdown to countdown or something.
People love countdowns. Here we go.
Just opens and it's like Bloodborne on PC.
I was gonna say, hot take, unreasonable expectations, go.
Bloodborne on PC.
Burn.
I don't know.
Hey everyone, welcome to the PC Gaming Show 2022. I'm Day 9 still.
Thanks for the follow, Glace.
Joined
welcome.
By the amazing
Sims 5.
Hi.
Sims 5.
While we may
Mad
look
Rat
like
says
elaborate
frog.
Unreal Engine renders, we are
Frog.
here in the flesh, as is the hardware, bringing you the best and
You know,
brightest
it's
in the world
so
of PC gaming.
Over the next 2 hours,
wild seeing Day 9 look like this. Like he's older now.
World premiere,
Everyone he was
a legend.
and a few surprises.
Everyone he was like a little YouTuber in
the
the, on the
folks at
YouTube
home,
space.
might even be able to win yourself a fancy
20 years ago.
computer if you
He
play
mainly
your cards
streams
right.
now, right?
And now you may remember the
I think
last
so.
time you saw me on this show, things ended
2
quite
hours.
literally explosively.
Yeah.
There was a
Yeah, they
robot
just
that
said-
tried to destroy
yeah.
the human race,
Push.
electrocuted me. I think
Yeesh.
I died.
Definitely died.
Either way, I'm not really sure. It was standard robot apocalyptic stuff, just minus the overbearing
how the
anime
volume is,
dad
Chad.
existential crises.
Yeah, well, actually, what happened to DevBot anyway? Wasn't he supposed to come back for this show for
Yeah.
like Revenge of the DevBot?
Well, he's dead.
Oh.
We melted him down
He's
and tried to make
dead.
our cards since they're still hard to find.
I like that they just said,
I
fuck
would
it, we're
say
not
he's in a
doing
better
the
place,
lore stuff
but
as
I played
much
Cyberpunk
anymore.
2077, and he's not.
Ooh, that's pretty dark for the start of the show.
Or nostalgic.
Aw.
But none of that matters because the show actually took place in a parallel reality.
All right, so you're telling me there's actually a multiverse?
According to the writers who told me this 5 minutes before we went live, I am saying there's a multiverse.
All right.
We're now apparently
They just
on
said they were
Earth
so
3,
charismatic.
Ooh.
not to be confused with E3 because this show is still happening.
Oh, and we are so thrilled to be
Buckle
back
in,
as
chat.
a
Take
part
your
of this
breaks
weekend
as you need
full
them for
of
the
Shots
celebrations
fired.
of
2 hour
gaming by
showcase.
putting the spotlight on something near and dear to our hearts. PC gaming.
And so, without any further ado, it's
Gotta get
time for my
little
favorite part.
notes document
Rated
ready.
M for mature.
I won't leave you. You're not a monster.
Okay, I think I do need to turn it up.
In the beginning,
Is that Cloud?
Why is this one particularly quiet?
endless droves of
The PC games are shy.
Shy.
They're shy.
Hi, I'm a PC game.
and so came
Why is that literally the Buster Sword?
That's what it sounds like. This Cloud.
I think we have seen this. This was at the last PC gaming show. How many times am I gonna do that? PC Gamer gaming show.
Between
Because
death and transcendence, a chimera chooses death.
well, that's for sure.
Show us what you got.
Show us. Isn't that a Rick and Morty meme? Show me what you got.
we have a whole new world to forge.
Hey yo, Booba. Or
May the judge have mercy on your souls.
Yo, hammer? Sword turned into hammer?
how is that like fairy like spritzing the enemy with water?
Holy water, dude.
You're here with me. I always will be.
As long as we are together, we're not going down.
Like the music.
Is this a action RPG, JRPG?
Monster.
Exciting. We might be seeing this. I won't say anything else about it, but a new game from Clay may be revealed
Don't Starve
during
2.
this.
Solstice.
I still can't get over how the vegan vampire game literally is just Don't Starve.
I can't get over how Super Zeus story is literally starting.
True. You right.
Solstice, that's right.
Early
Kotaku
PC demo access.
Kotaku headline: Hideo Kojima announces he will announce an Xbox game in the future.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Yo, beat 'em up with cats and goblins.
Keeping it peepers peeled for a frog.
Oh yeah, you know what? This is prime frog material. Yo, this looks
really
kind of
dope though.
When is clay not dope?
That's facts.
Robwood.
2024. 2020
hey.
question?
Oh, come on.
Hey.
I hope it's like 2021. It's been out.
It said 3, the 4, then 2. So it showed all 3 potential. One's exciting, one's like, okay, reasonable, and then one's pain.
Big pain.
Gunpoint. I haven't seen Gunpoint in a long
Heat
time.
signature. This is an amazing dev.
So is the point to knock them out of the building?
Oh, maybe. Oh, so you can look ahead. Okay.
A lot of mechanics in here.
Yeah, mad, right? At least they're not committing to something and then delaying. You know, they're just like, we're not really sure.
Just preparing you for anything. So life is pain. Deal with it.
Is there actually dialogue mid-fight? That'd be kind of fun. So that was a thing in Gunpoint, and this developer just loves throwing things out of windows.
Yeah.
That was cool. You could jump out the window and use your broom to get into another window.
I think I've jumped about 1,000 windows in Gunpoint. Tactical breach wizards.
That's so good.
Wizards.cool.
That's a good URL.
You just saw Tactical Breach Wizards, a turn-based game of sorcery and SWAT team strategy from the makers of Gunpoint and Heat Signature. My strategy, personally, is very simple. Breach, bang, clear, magic missile, dramatic flourish, abra, cadaver. Get it? Cadaver, dead body.
All right, let's get into
Next, we have a solution to the age-old problem of not having time to read and play video games. Just do both at the same time, obviously. Starward Industries has you covered with their sci-fi thriller inspired by Stanislaw Lem's novel, The Invincible. So here's your first look at the first ever gameplay.
Russian fiction video game. Is this their world premiere? Yeah, okay.
Oh, world premiere.
Good one.
You, what have you done?
Where are you taking me?
There's no reading in this.
So what are you expecting, huh?
You've set up a field camp down there. Yes, ma'am. So I didn't expect you to have a second one here.
Really? Sit here and don't you dare move. What are you doing here?
You're not gonna like this part.
Was that it?
The Invincible.
Seems like a Nate game.
It is a Nate game. I made it.
Dang.
Yeah.
I wrote The Invincible.
I'm Stanislaw. Whatever the last
I'm
name
Russian.
was.
It's a nice little ship.
I'm liking the. I've said this a lot this week, but it potentially is based on
The
a
radiation level is growing
pulpy
rapidly.
sci-fi
It's starting to
60s
get
novel.
interesting.
Maybe that's what it is, and the whole visual aesthetic seems to be kind of leaning into that. Kind of like Outer Wilds kind of tried to do that as well. Like the covers of those books that were really like 70s retro future. Bro, this is the mountain's butthole. Can't convince me otherwise.
I located the mobile antimatter cannon.
Why is it so short?
Another one. How many of those did they?
Mountains.
Is it active?
That far.
Dead.
I admire your composure.
Wait, someone's here.
How do you read this?
Yeah, I don't know. Is it like Alien? Like the dot is another life form?
Astrogator, they're dead.
Yeah, looks like it.
So you found someone. Unfortunately, such unpleasant discoveries are indispensable to the mission.
Reminds me vaguely of like a...
I didn't let that thought get to me. I was counting on this meeting very much. At worst, it could have been another abandoned place, but not this.
But what exactly?
Like Myth in those kinds of games where it's just like kind of exploring an abandoned area and kind of piece together what happened. Maybe just like Firewatch 2 where you're
into the recorder.
exploring a landscape but then communicating with someone far away that's helping you, you know.
What do we have here? Uh-huh. They made their way through with a beam of antimatter.
How subtle. Did you locate this passage?
Oh, you're gonna be able to like hold it up?
I'm looking at it now. They pierced a hole several meters in diameter and several dozen meters long.
Who's the robot?
So is this just an adaptation of the book they were talking
Yes.
about? Purely? Like
My
a pure
head
adaptation?
feels like it's bursting from pressure.
Can you continue?
Yes. I'm better now. Actually, there's nothing here that I haven't seen before. There are a lot of metal bushes that were near our camp. The lower parts of the bushes are, how to put it, fruitless.
So they came to pick the fruits.
Oh, I didn't catch that Pentiment.
This robot
That
looks
medieval
like it
art game
started
is
to
from
start
Obsidian.
And got stuck.
What task?
This is one of the robots
High
carrying
pedigree.
containers with research material. It took the container, but never left that place.
Why do you think it's stuck?
Well, it goes in circles using the same path. The robot's gone.
You must have broken his loop.
But I didn't.
No, he must have done something. Never mind. Follow it.
Fuck! It's getting up!
Fuck!
A robot?
No! Antimat!
An antimat?
Run! Hide!
Oh!
Oh no, the robot's dead. Oh.
Are you alive?
Yes, it's.
Oh, look at his legs!
It fucked up the robot.
Take care of our people, Novik.
She wasn't hiding very well.
I know. He's like, hide, and she's like, I'm right here!
It's time to take a pit
That's
stop
pretty interesting,
at the
though.
nearest dungeon to prove that chivalry isn't dead. And if you think I emphasize those words weirdly, you're right. And it'll all make sense momentarily when you see these next 4 games, especially when you hear
Why is
from
he
our
wearing
friends at
AirPods?
Tripwire Interactive. Roll that beautiful footage.
Tripwire, are we getting a new Killing Floor?
They make more than Killing Floor.
Nah.
Like what?
You don't have what
Name
it
a game.
takes. You'll be back here
Killing Floor
too
VR.
scared to try again. Cause the dungeon will turn you into lunch meat. Unless you're way tougher than you look. We got the guns.
Aspire.
The turrets. The upgrades.
Chivalry.
But what you really need is guts and skills.
It's probably just the announcement that Chivalry's coming to Steam.
Makes sense.
Be the first to play.
Oh, Twin Fiction?
To die.
Yeah, this one's been revealed. Remember, I think this is the one that had that trailer where they were like a band, like back on their ship. They were like playing music together, and then they like, all right, let's go back out. This is a dungeon something. Defenders? No, dungeon. Endless dungeon? Yeah, endless dungeon.
Welcome to F1 Manager 2022,
Let's
the ultimate
go. Let's
F1
manage that
simulation,
F1.
putting you in the position of team principal at one of the 10 current F1 teams, battling it out for a chance to be the next world champion. Choose your team and drive every decision that leads to you making your mark on the grid, and hopefully the podium. Winning championships depends on your ability to make the right calls on and off the track. During races, your mastermind strategy.
So PC Gaming Show, it is going to be 2 hours, but
driver and
I
make
think
changes on the fly
in a way
when
this is
necessary.
going to be. It
Issue
is going to have a lot of
driver
cool
callouts, such as
indie and
instructing
you know
them to
everything
attack or
else, but
defend,
this is
manage
going to
their
be
tyre wear and
similar, I
battery
think, to the
usage,
Xbox,
or even
where
to avoid
there's going to be
battling your
chunks where you can kind
all
of
while
like
reacting to
go,
dynamic
okay,
events like
it's
race
not for
incidents,
me.
fluctuating weather, and track conditions.
Because PC gaming, yeah, exactly.
Between
PC
race
gaming has a lot
weekends,
of
you'll
sim
control
games, a
every
lot of
detail of
management
your
games, a
team
lot of
from
you
your
know that like are
state-of-the-art
very much
headquarters.
for a
Hire
specific
best-in-class
audience.
staff
You
to
know?
work across your aerodynamics and engineering teams and put them to the task to develop your car and prepare new parts for upcoming races. Optimize your finances to keep the board happy.
I know there's a
improve
guy
and
named,
maintain
like,
your
Max
facilities,
van der
and scout
Stappen.
talent from F2 and F3
That a
to
guy?
try and ensure future success. They say knowledge is power, and keeping a close eye on a plethora of realistic data will help give you the edge. From the finer details of how car parts affect
drag
overall
reduction? I
performance,
don't
to a
get it,
track's expected grip level, to the condition
Grip
of your
level?
wind tunnel.
What does that even mean?
How you
I'd
analyze
like
the
to
data
see
and choose to spend your resources will make or break your progress.
No reduction of drag.
Don't
You'll
reduce
find
it.
depth and detail and
I say
abundance,
more.
even down to real-world team
Bro, that'd be
radio
sick, a
messages between
drag.
drivers and engineers, and race commentary
F1
from
racer?
David Croft and Karun Chandok. While broadcast-style presentation showcases 2022's striking new car design with real trackside and onboard camera angles.
F1 Manager is
Sleek
camp.
management menus and intuitive controls will drive the immersive F1 fantasy home as you plan and execute the perfect strategy.
I've even
in
tried to
F1
play
Manager
some of these, like,
2022.
because you know I love my
Pre-order the
weird
digital version
management
now
sim
for early
games, right?
access from
I
August
tried to play a
25th.
racing one once and I had no idea what was happening. My racers sucked. They never did that well. This is a whole different world.
Hey everyone, after 1 year of Chivalry 2, we've more than doubled the size of the game, and now we're excited to bring even more knights onto the battlefield. Because today, right now, Chivalry 2 is out on Steam with crossplay between all platforms.
Good call.
This is our biggest
Oscar.
update to the game yet, and it brings players to an all-new desert theater of war, and best of all, brings us horses into Chivalry 2. And
Yo,
mounted
a
combat.
new map and
We want to thank our
horses?
community for making the game the success that it's been so far,
Horses.
and if you haven't played it yet, now is the best time to check out Chivalry 2. Take a look at our new trailer that shows off the new update and its Nosian invasion.
This rebellion is at an end. The
Bro,
Agapians
wait.
flee to their
Since this game's so gory, can you like cut like horses up? I don't want that, dude.
Now Denosia rises
No, the
from the
horses are made of
south.
steel.
Don't hurt horses. Oh, that's a cool map.
Throw the dogs
Reminds me of
back
the like
into the
final
desert.
fight area sequence of Gallivant.
Their forces will crash and break against the bulwark. If the wall falls, we must retaliate. Ready the ships. Long has
starting to feel it,
Denosia
too.
Cup of
remained
coffee.
safe from my
Day
fury.
4.
Bro, we're
No
out of
more.
coffee too.
Yeah,
I
we're
had
doing-
my leftover. Luckily, I had like a few sips of my leftover
They
Starbucks
dare to
yesterday.
strike out us.
But yeah,
Their cities will fall. Their people will
Horse
bleed.
kicking ability.
Their knowledge will burn. My reign will never end.
Tenosian invasion out now.
Hi everyone, I'm Phil from Sweet Bandits, live from Quebec
Hi.
City. Really glad to be here today for the PC
Quebec.
Gaming Show. We'll be showing the first trailer for our game, Deceive Inc. It's a multiplayer competitive spy game where you get to use social
Making
stealth,
fun.
high-tech gadgets, and
Making
powerful
fun
spy
of the poor
abilities to
French
try and get the upper hand. We've had the chance of working with
Competitive
Tripwire Presents
spy
on the
game,
project,
though, huh?
so this is only the beginning. Please follow us on social media
Modern,
at Play Deceiving
spy
to learn
versus
more.
spy?
We'll be releasing the game in early 2023 on PC, Xbox Series S and X, and PS5. Thank you so much, and let's enjoy the trailer.
Good afternoon, agents. Your mission is simple. Infiltrate the frozen coral underwater hotel and retrieve the blueprint of a powerful weapon. As you know, Deceive Inc.'s company policy is to deploy multiple agents to ensure the mission's success. But only one will get the paychecks. Do whatever it takes, agent, and be careful out there.
Try your best. Let's see if it's enough.
Been for a couple of years, too.
Booyah!
And a cruises.
And a
I know,
cruises.
yeah, cruises.
Oh, come on. They can't be this fast.
Americana one.
And they thought it was secure. In the end,
I liked it. So when they said competitive, for some reason I wasn't even imagining it being like teams of spies, but it seems like it's like individual spies are all competing in the same area. Almost giving
Right on target.
Assassin's Creed multiplayer vibes, where you try to blend in as like some of the NPCs walking around like, I'm not a spy, I don't know what you're talking about, you know.
Target acquired. Moving to rendezvous point. All done.
That's pretty good.
Really?
Yo, and prop hunt?
Mission complete.
So literally you could just camp outside the exit and just like wait for someone to show up. Feels like the kind of game where if you don't hop in day one and really learn about how this game works, you're gonna get left behind. Like people are just gonna be gods at this game.
Let me ask you something. Do you ever have a reoccurring dream that you really wish would come true? I mean, mine personally involves a flight of unicorns and a Valkyrie army on Pegasuses, but you know, yours may be different, but you know, somehow I doubt it. This year, we've partnered with the PC builders at iBuyPower to bring a very different dream to life. My dream PC room.
Oh my
Unfortunately,
God.
there's bad news for me. I don't get to keep it. But very good news for one of you. We're going to be giving the entire contents of this room away to a lucky winner watching the show. So let's dive in and see what's up for grabs. The beating heart of any PC gaming dream room is, of course, the rig, so let's start there. As you can see, the mad geniuses at iBuyPower have built an absolute doozy. The first thing you'll notice is that height Y60 case with its wraparound tempered glass panels. This thing is built from the ground up to display the sickest PC tech you can squeeze into a desktop machine. And let's face it, if you've managed to bag a serious graphics card in these dry times, you owe it to the silicon gods to show it off properly.
I don't like the
Okay, the case and lighting looks dope, but for this to be a true dream PC, we need more than just state-of-the-art drip. Luckily, the substance matches the style. So let's check out the guts of our dream PC, and trust me, there's plenty of power crammed in. The big question, though, is what pixel pusher iBuyPower has used, and you won't be disappointed with an overclocked RTX 3090 from Gigabyte, right? This 24GB monster of a GPU packs the cooling to stay chill and the power to smash through any game you throw at it. The graphics card is the rig's MVP, but any superstar needs some dope backup. And the fastest gaming CPU around, the Intel 5.5GHz Core i9-12900KS with 32GB of DDR5 RAM and 2TB of seriously fast SSD storage, both from
They do talk a lot about hardware in here too, so that's like, again, if you're not into the PC gaming fully landscape,
you may
like
greedily wonder, what about the peripherals? Well,
Julie's
animal
saying,
lovers,
I need a
we
nap.
got you covered. Because the Height Eclipse wireless headset comes in plush vegan leather trim with a 30-hour battery life and competition-grade 2.4GHz connection. And you noisy typers are going to love the clicky-clacky mechanical keyboard that comes with it. Oh, I'm sorry, what was that? RGB? Well, of course! The keyboard and mouse
Literally
both
everything
light up
is
like
RGB
Atlantic
on that
City
machine.
on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can turn it off so you can actually get some sleep. You can find out more about this gear feature today over at iBuyPower.com, but I know what you really want to know. The info on how to win this beastly setup. So here are the details.
Thanks,
shout
Mika.
out.
Yes, folks, it couldn't
Mom
be
Toy
easier to enter our
Duo
Dream PC
Trigordle.
giveaway. For your chance, just head over to pcgamer.com/dreampc
Do you know what Duo
and follow the simple
Trigordle is,
instructions.
Oscar?
There
Absolutely
you'll find
not.
a complete breakdown of the prize,
32
which,
word
don't
Wordle.
worry, also comes with some very
You're
swimming
doing 32
as
words
well
at
as
once.
the eligibility rules. Good luck, gamers.
That is right, just head over to pcgamer.com/dreampc for your chance to win. But for now, let's get back to the games. From Kepler Interactive and A44 Games comes Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, an action RPG from the team behind Ashen, where gods and guns collide.
Oh, Ashen. It's the developers that did Ashen. Oh, Ark is now free on Steam.
From the below,
I mean,
until for a week.
Saviors. Instead, they unleashed
Gamers, if you're interested in dinosaur multiplayer games, Ark Survival Evolved is free to own on Steam.
I, for one, intend to find out.
I remember Ashen. Let me look that up again.
I think that was also like a third-person action RPG.
Yeah, it was the one with like where people didn't have faces.
Yeah.
And it was Souls-like. And it was a lot more minimalist than this.
This game has super interesting creatures that take a long time fighting that we just saw.
I really like the traversal stuff too, because it seems like it's like a between a Souls-like and a almost Devil May Cry. Like it's almost like between the two levels of action game. And yeah, like the traversal goes a long way there too. 2023, early 2023. 2023.
Pretty swell.
My motor. There's the money shot again.
I love the little guy.
Little fox guy.
So
hey, PC Gaming Show. I'm
Hi.
Derek Bradley, the CEO of A44 Games and creative director of Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn. Flintlock is set in a world ruled by old gods, and so as humanity, you now have the power of black powder and bombs and flintlock rifles to finally overthrow the gods and take the world back. You'll play as Nor, a Blackstream sapper, one of the elite explosives experts of the Coalition forces. Nor herself has a personal vendetta against the gods and will stop at nothing to get her revenge. But you won't be going it alone. Where Nor brings firepower, her fox-like companion Enki brings magic to the battlefield. You will have to master a combination of axe combat and gunplay, while your companion Enki uses his magical powers to disrupt enemies. We can't wait to show you more of Flintlock before it's released next year. Head over to our socials for more info, and don't forget to wishlist now on Steam and Epic Game Store. Have a great show.
Coming up next, a mysterious new sci-fi game from 11-Bit Studios, the creators of This War of Mine. Hear all about it in our exclusive interview. We'll also show you what's next for Outriders from Square Enix and People Can Fly.
New game
Plus,
from
if you
This
look
War of
back on
Mine
high
people.
school and think, you know, those 4 years would have been better if I was fighting literal demons, you're definitely going to want to study up on our
this
next
is the game.
exclusive independent game inspired by the Persona series. Chug your health potions now because
That's the
there
game
is
people
so
are
much more
hyping up
PC
from the
gaming show
showcase.
coming your way. Before we go, the folks at Compass Data Centers have a little quiz for you. How much higher is 5G's data capacity compared to current 4G networks?
We're nerds, but we're
Scan
not
this
that
QR code
nerdy.
and answer the question for a
I
chance
don't
to
know.
win $500 worth of stuff from Razer, or visit gaming.compassdatacenters.com.
They're already talking about
Okay,
6G,
now
man.
Back to the
Come
PC
on.
Gaming Show.
Ready to game the system? Meet Mana. You slay. You achieve. You win. So should your bank account, because your power shouldn't stop when the game does. Mana is the best gaming rewards debit card where you can earn perks and points by paying and playing, and get rewarded with the things you actually want, like that skin you can't wait to show off, or your next gear upgrade. So why pay any other way? Pay with Mana.
I don't know if you
Pay with
are
power.
watching the stream at the same
Mana.
time, but I
game the system.
Head banged.
So I know what you're thinking, and the answer is yes. It's time to talk about The Alters, the brand new game
headphones
from
off.
11-Bit Studios. The Warsaw-based studio made us cry in this war of mine, make difficult choices in the face of climate apocalypse in Frostpunk, and battle encroaching corruption in Children of Morta.
Bro,
The Alters sends us
they've
to
just
the
only
deepest,
created
darkest reaches
bangers,
of
dude.
space. In a survival story
This War of Mine, Children of Morta, Frostpunk.
This is a really big moment for this year's show. I can't wait. Let's take a look.
And now something called Alters. Alter me, daddy. Can you tell we're reading? We're
Hey,
hitting
Oscar, world premiere.
Yo, he's dead. He's not doing it.
Damn.
Is this in game? Or is this a cinematic cutscene? This is in game. Sheesh.
Those shirt physics.
That sounded very StarCraft. What's up, gang? What are we listening to? Who's this dead guy?
Proyectoli.
Oh, it's me.
Oh.
Bummer. He must not be feeling good about that.
Oh! Yo, that's actually really cool. I said, hey, dude, welcome.
Tag yourself. I'm the one eating the burger.
I'm the dead one. Welcome, brother. Brother. I'm in, dude. I don't even. That's just selling the concept, but I'm in. Yo, what the?
What on earth?
Yo, I wonder if it's got like Wandering Village-esque stuff where you're like kind of you're controlling them and then you're like zooming out and like, you know, keeping track of yo, look at the sheep. Tag yourself, I'm the sheep. That's a cool one. Exciting. Let's get the energy, you know?
What we just saw.
Alters.
Ooh,
Alters coming out soon.
11-Bit Studios. Welcome to the PC Gaming Show, and thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Hello.
Okay, there is a lot to unpack there. We got clones, we got this huge wheel. Tell us, what did we just see?
Well, first of all, these guys were not exactly the clones. We saw Jan, our main character.
They're Alters.
Who's traveling with a group of the Alters, who are the alternative versions of the same person. And they are going through this distant alien planet in their mobile base, which was the wheel you saw at the end.
So what's the player's goal as they're progressing through the story?
So you are a space builder stranded on this distant planet, and your goal is to survive and find a way back home. But the thing is, in order to do so, you need to create those alters, as each one of them have different set of skills and character traits. So these are things necessary for your survival and finding a way
He's
back
the
home.
captain one, right?
So
like,
from
look
the
at him.
trailer, tonally, this could be a horror,
He's the
a
leader.
thriller, a mystery. What should players expect?
Actually, there are bits of everything you mentioned. Like, there is this mystery as we're looking deep into the soul of the character, but what you find there can also be pretty scary. So there are those beats of psychological horror and drama, but then on top of it, we have this quite thick layer of surreality. I mean, how surreal would it be to one day, you know, wake up next to a little different alternative version of your very self?
Now, there's a quote that you
If I
shared
woke
with
up
me earlier.
next to an
Man
altar,
cannot
yeah,
remake
that'd be
himself without
concerning.
suffering, for he is both the marble and the sculptor. How does this quote relate to the story?
So this
Did
quote,
we
relates directly to the main theme of our game.
And
We as people, we are shaping ourselves every
the weird
single day
hypothetical
with
that everyone
every single
says. If you have
decision
sex
that we
with
are
your
making.
clone,
This process,
is it
the whole process of
masturbation?
becoming
Is
who
it
we are,
incest?
it can be quite painful.
Who knows?
But in our game, Jan, the main character, he has this unique possibility of not only shaping himself, but also reshaping himself and numerous times with every single altar that he is creating.
When you get the collector's edition, you get the little
classic sci-fi
nightgown.
story, something like a Ray Bradbury work, or is it something more contemporary?
Well, it is very classic sci-fi in a way that we are taking a relatable topic and we are using the sci-fi theme. We are using the sci-fi setting to look at it through the magnifying lenses. But then when we're choosing the tools, this is a very contemporary game and we're taking advantage of what video games are as a medium. So we're using tools like systematic design and non-linearity in order to put the players in the middle of the experience and in the end allow them to create their own stories inside the game.
I wanted to ask a little bit about the relationship of your previous titles to the altars, whether there's any narrative or themes or even just influence that those games had on this one.
Well, the altars is purely 100% our game, 11-bit Studios game, and it's created in line with our meaningful entertainment philosophy.
So yeah, I feel like the games are going to be,
we hope
or it's going to be more of
make
a,
you think even after you stop playing.
If you have not played Frostpunk or this War of Mine, like
milestone.
they're more, you know,
the way for all
you're telling your people what to do type thing, like not really RTS, but like strategy-ish, making meaningful decisions,
and now with the altars,
making the most of resources and stuff. So,
but we also really
this trailer sells a really cool concept,
even
but if you're not
further
into that kind of game, you're probably not going to be
approach
into
meaningful
this
topics inside the design of our games.
Thanks so much again to Tomasz and the whole team at 11-Bit Studios for joining us this year. And while I try to find enough Rapidium to make it through day 1 to 8, let's head on over to Mika Burton and keep things rolling like a massive space station.
Thanks, Day9. Honestly, I need to look into getting myself cloned so I can make time to play all of these awesome games we've seen so far. But I'm also legitimately worried about having to eventually fight my clone in single hand-to-hand combat when they steal my life, making me wonder if I was the clone all along. Is it really worth it for video games? Yeah, no, it's totally worth it for video games. Anyway, that's a problem for future Mika. Present Mika is much more interested in what you all have been saying about the show so far. So keep letting us know your thoughts by using #PCGamingShow on all platforms. Now, let's get back to the real reason all here. Cloning. I mean video games. Video games.
I'm just vibing to the music.
I was showing solidarity.
Thank you. Okay, I have to pee again, and it's Outriders for the 4th time. So, Oscar, talk about how sick this game is while I'm gone.
Well, you got Outriders, man. You can play as a person.
Keep going. I better hear it when I come back.
Yeah, you gotta, shoot the tentacles. There's a mommy, tentacle mommy, tentacle mommy.
Yeah, brother.
You got abilities, you got guns, you got particle effects, you got skulls, you got stompies, you got weird creatures. Brace for impact, brother. You're gonna come in hot. Outriders World Slayer coming out soon to October 6th, June 30th. 20 pre-order for 48 hours of play time, baby.
Where October 6th come from? The boy's forgotten how to read numbers.
What is this? This looks cool.
That looks cool.
This is like a
Well, I love to smash stuff
apothecary. What is an apothecary over here? So you're the seller, right?
It seems that way. Maybe making and selling?
You are cute. Thank you.
Yeah, look at all that science, bro.
Ocean
I'd love to see it.
Oh, so it's already out?
Sure. When Tiny Build lets you open your own medieval potion shop, you get hailed as a master alchemist. But when I do it, I get a sternly worded letter from my landlord about how my cauldron violates our lease agreement. Whatever, it's his loss. But more importantly, folks, we promise you the maximum amount of games humanly possible. And we aim to deliver quite literally.
Animal Royale.
Let's go.
Yeah.
The cutest battle royale.
This game, fun.
Hold on, I desperately have to use the bathroom.
I might know about that game already. Let me see.
Potion Prep?
Yeah.
It looked really cool. Yeah, I think it is in early access or something, and it said it's coming out.
It's Team 17, right?
2022. I don't know.
Or Tiny Build. Was it Tiny Build? This
Possibly.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I played the demo last year. It's really cool. You like mix ingredients together and
then sell it, right?
Yeah. Well, we love a. I'm curious if it's a XCOM like. There's a game called Fights in Tight Corridors. Yeah, it's kind of like that, which is that's a really cool game, and I like the art style of this. I just like the idea of like really tight. You know, there's a lot of tactical strategy, turn-based, you know, tile-based games, but in tight quarters, you know, where you have to like really be selective with your moves and stuff. Nitro Kid, free demo.
There.
I'm so sorry.
Before your eyes lies the Celestial Islands, a world of peace above the clouds, protected by 4 great houses.
All right, how many games did I miss?
One.
Okay.
It was pretty neat.
What was it?
It was like a turn-based, tile-based strategy or tactics game, but it was you're one guy, hand-to-hand combat. Got like a Miami Vice 80s aesthetic.
Okay, what's this?
You know, this looks cool. We love deck builders, baby. I think you would be interested. You like board games?
I don't pay game devs to make me think.
You don't pay game devs.
Partial nudity.
You don't know
our
that.
beautiful home.
Tripwire.
To protect it, we must reach out to explore the unknown. Our team of experts is presently probing the deep sea in a struggle against the yoke of overregulation. These security and defense innovations allow you to shrink any problem down
this
to
is
size.
Killing Floor.
We surge forward,
Is it?
obliterating the enemies of progress, but we refuse to let the
Yeah,
countries
yeah,
go
it is.
to our heads.
But just like
we are the future.
Yeah.
We are.
Ocean
I
update.
I like the rig, defending a rig
And
kind of.
now it's time to give you an exclusive briefing on what's next for one of PC gaming's titans of modding, simulation, and scale, Arma 4. Last month, developer Bohemia Interactive kicked things off by releasing Arma Reforger on Steam in early access. This playable prototype will be a foundation for Arma 4.
Yeah,
With
this
it
is already
playable
out.
on Steam now, we have a ton of questions about the future of Arma. I mean, after all, this is the series that helped
never
birth the
enjoy
survival
Arma.
genre through DayZ.
I do
and
like-
also this other little niche genre you may have heard of called
There's been some fun
Battle
content
Royale.
that people put
To help
out.
us
What is
peer
that
into the
one
future for
YouTube
this
channel
project,
where he like
we've
it's a
got
guy who
none
just
other
like
than Bohemia
scrolls in
Interactive.
Arma.
Thank you so much for joining us. So as of
He
right
just like
now,
walks.
Arma
He like
Reforger's
wanders
been
around
out
in
for
like some of the
about a
alternate
month.
game
What is
modes.
it
And it's
that
just
you've
like a
been
goose.
Oh, Danny from
At
SL
first
or
we've
something?
learned
I think so.
Dan from SL.
Yeah.
Like Reforger
like,
a
hey
lot,
guys,
and
what's
they
up?
push
Like,
it
it's
a
just
lot.
like really chill.
He's
We
funny to
realized
watch.
they
But
like modding a lot.
oh,
And they
okay. I will say there is a really
discuss
cool Starship Troopers
key
mod for Arma.
quality of our games.
Yeah, I think the modding scene on Arma is cooler
we
than
are
just
very
Arma.
pleased by the
Because yeah, they
reactions. Both
pointed
our
out
community
DayZ
and
is an
new
Arma
players
mod.
who immediately started flooding internet with
But is Arma
videos,
itself like the
playthroughs,
super
and,
hardcore mill
praise
sim? I'm
of
like,
our new technology. So we are very glad that the reception was so good.
So there's no doubt players who have been
the people that like to
longtime
play
fans of
these
the
games
franchise
too are
stepping
like
into
the really
Armor Forger,
intense
and I'm curious,
ones, like
what were some of the big challenges
that you can't even hop in
rebuilding
and
that
just like play for
specific
fun. Because
Arma
like,
feel from the ground up?
bro,
in
what
this
kind of
brand
gear
new
are you rocking there? You're not even using the red dot
because
sight on that
even
AK-47. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like,
So I'm myself very much on the very purist side of things. So no HUD, no save games, no superficial helpers, and this fight can get very intense even in-house. So I'm the real Arma purist, and I'm on this for 25 years now, so I will keep fighting, but obviously this is part of the fun. So there's always never-ending battle. I think 2 years ago we really struggled to keep it Arma and even internally preserve our own standards. So do it our own way rather than replicating what's maybe normal in other games, because our goal is not to make the same game as all other games. So our goal is to remain unique.
I'm curious if you can speak to what the main goals of Reforger is, because it's a little unusual compared to other releases. I mean, for instance, how much content should a player expect if, say, they've been playing Arma 3 for years?
Our goals were, of course, to restart the series from technological standpoint, really make room for
there's not much to say here,
some
chat.
new achievements. Utilize
Anyone in
the
chat
technology which is
particularly
state-of-the-art,
excited
both in
about
terms of
Arma?
How it looks like,
This,
how it's
looks like a
controlled,
game.
how it can be modded.
It's important
Any
to understand it may look as a kind of normal game on the surface, but there is a big
like
system
shoot
behind it.
game?
So just the tool suite is a massive tool suite, never tested by a large public, so it's premiere of a tool suite. And these tools are being built for nearly 5 years now, so we really need users to start using them to keep improving and continue building it.
Sorry to interrupt,
Cat's
but we
an
have
Arma
one
player,
quick question
dude.
from the Arma fans.
Whoa.
Has Russia's invasion of Ukraine impacted your approach to Arma 4 and Arma Reforger, a game that depicts the Cold War?
Well, yes, because it's
Like if they just sat there quiet, like no comment.
Very, very nearby.
That's a
so
tough question to
definitely,
ask, dude. I know
on the
they're
other
like,
hand, we started work on this many years ago, so the direction was set before. But we always approach conflicts and armed conflicts with a great level of respect. We're still at the beginning, but we definitely would like to continue in our exploring this serious theme.
Arma, as I see it, has always been a
Also,
bit more of a
it's interesting that
game. It's an entertainment
pretty
product
heavy,
that's
like realistic military
fair
sim
thing to
game
admit.
is covering the
On
Cold
other
War,
hand,
notoriously a
given the
war that
topic,
did not have
given,
much
our, let's
armed
say,
conflict,
maturity
you
and
know?
amount of time we've spent on it, and our ambition to portray.
So, like, I'm just curious how that manifests
very complex
in
and
a
gritty
game
thing. I would like
that
us
has,
to
again,
contribute
very heavy
by not just
military
entertaining people, but
simulation
also
aspects.
educating them on the subject. This was the whole point of starting the cooperation with the International Committee of the Red Cross, and I believe we have great potential, big responsibility in this era, and a very important chance to contribute at least a little bit to the good side of things.
This would not be an interview about Arma unless we were asking about modding. I mean, so many amazing games and genres came from Arma mods, so I gotta know what's possible in Reforger that wasn't possible in the past.
Now with this technology, it's possible to create entirely different things, like entirely different games. It has so many variables.
Give me the
but
Arma
the beauty
rhythm
now is
sim
that
or
much
rhythm
more
game.
of it is user accessible, unlike the previous games. So people can easily digest how this is constructed in our workbench tools. So unlike previously where it was more hard-coded in the C++ engine, so now they can
Makes
check
it look
the
like
data
I'm really
of every
invested.
single element of the game and go much, much deeper than in previous games. So this will be super exciting.
Now, I wanted to ask a little
Do
bit
like
about
the idea of
performance,
them
because anyone who's played
working
Arma
harder
knows that
to,
it can get really challenging to get a good frame rate in those massive multiplayer matches.
Make
So,
modding easy
I'm
for a
curious,
game that already
what
has such a
expectations should
major
players have
modding
about
community.
performance leading into Arma 4?
Arma 3 was built on foundations laid down in times of single core and no GPUs basically.
In the
So
middle,
this
middle.
time much more computations and
A little lower.
intensive rendering things can be done directly
Oh,
on
Chad,
GPU, but
it's
it requires
working.
completely new approach.
Again, we are in the beginning and we know that there are
got an itchy back.
difficulties, but we are solving them one
Chat
by
can
one.
relate.
We are really gathering community feedback and
Can't relate.
even
Never have
our
an itchy
own
back.
community feedback. So we are moving things forward. And yeah, it's about optimization. It's not that much about FPS, but also for like network traffic, for instance. When you have this massive multiplayer game, it's a huge challenge. Server performance, of course, and all the technical things. So we are moving forward.
Thank you so much again, Bohemia Interactive, for giving us the inside scoop on both Arma Reforger and
this is what I was talking about with
now,
like compared to the Xbox
because
showcase,
here
right? Like
is what's around the corner.
Someone,
Just
huge
around
Arma
the
fan,
corner
was
is the
like, oh,
PC gaming
finally,
show.
I'm
Prepare to
eating this up,
experience
you know.
terror ranging from the subaqueous to the subconscious with the latest
Love
from Shiro
shoot
Games.
game.
Hold on to your butts because Fronted Development spent no expense on the new Jurassic World
This
Evolution
just came out on
2
Game Pass,
expansion.
too. Oh, wait,
And
also
your
on Game
crowbars
Pass.
ready for Half-Life Alyx Levitation,
What?
a special project from some very talented modders.
Oh, modders.
Oh, modders. What would PC gaming be without you? While we're here, quick geography question. Which
here we go.
parts of the world use the
Is it
most
ABCD?
bandwidth for gaming? Answer this question
No?
for the folks at Compass Data Centers,
Oh my
and
God.
they will win you a $500
Tokyo?
Razer gift card. Scan the QR code on the screen to enter.
That's it. That's all I
San
got.
Jose.
Last year,
Silicon
Epic
Valley.
Games debuted War
Oh, yeah,
Tales,
yeah,
the
yeah.
PC gaming show, but the publisher has a lot more
But
than
for
its
specifically
medieval
gaming,
sandbox
though.
RPG on the way.
Like, they
Up
use a lot of
next,
bandwidth
we'll
with
look
it.
at the
Angeles.
slate of projects, and stick around for the debut of 2 completely new games, Decarnation and Abyssals.
All you
Hey
can
everyone.
promise is 2
Thank you
new
very
games?
much for the invitation, Mika. I'm James, and I can't wait to show you everything that we've got prepared for you today. So it's been a crazy couple of months for everyone here at Shiro Games, with Dune Spice Wars marking the most successful release in the history of the company, and it's entirely thanks to all of you. But today, let's look at Dune Spice Wars multiplayer mode. Up to 4 players can go head-to-head
Dune.
in free-for-all, 2v2.
I've never
all work
read the
together in
book.
co-op
I
against
never.
AI opponents.
I'm
We're
a
introducing
David
new
Lynch
synergy
fan, and I'm
systems
ashamed to say I've
between
never
factions that will
watched
open a vast number of
David
strategies to help you
Lynch's
crush your opponents.
Dune.
Multiplayer will be available in Dune Spice Wars
Didn't watch
very
the
soon.
new Dune.
Neither do I, dude.
After 5 years and nearly 3 million units sold, Northgard's story finally continues.
You hear that? Oscar
In a
was
new
getting
chapter
taken
set
out by
shortly after the events of the first
confirming he
campaign,
never watched Dune
Ragnarok
like
has
me.
decimated the lands of
The
Northgard.
nerds of the world.
Long-standing alliances have been broken. Violence and betrayal now plague the continent. Forced to depart what they once called home, our heroes arrive on unknown shores and find themselves confronted by unfamiliar faces in a dangerous new realm. This Northgard expansion arrives this winter. And for all of our War Tales players out there, Cooperative is finally coming to our open world tactical RPG. You share food, gold, and camp with your friends. But you can split up to cover more grounds. Before
What?
every fight, devise the perfect strategy to overcome any threats that may stand
Is this
in
a
your way.
multiplayer
But be careful in your
tactical
approach,
RPG?
as one wrong move may lead to your group's demise.
That's
The
kind of
co-op
cool.
update will allow you to play between 2
Yeah,
to 4
co-op.
players, and it will be available this summer.
Oh yeah, they showed that one, and it looked really cool. War Tales.
So a few months ago, we announced Shiro Unlimited, a new publishing label created by indies for indies, and we are very proud to announce 2 new titles coming from the Shiro Unlimited family.
Little Shiro publisher break here.
It seemed like our last chance to start again, to escape Earth's devastation.
Oh, add this to your article.
Limited resources to lay the
A
foundations
chance to start
of a
again
new
to escape
life
Earth's
deep
devastation.
below the waves of this strange
Wait, climate
new
change
planet.
counter on the clock, please.
But soon,
That's basically
we
what my article
realized
is.
it was not the dream world we
Climate
had
change-
hoped for.
Climate change counter.
You guys
When faced against
were
the
safe
darkness
from
of the
it, but
abyss,
I
we found
just recovered
ourselves
from
helpless.
just absolutely choking on my
Lost.
water.
Yeah, because you said you didn't watch Dune, dude. You were getting attacked. Abyssals.
David Lynch.
Write it down. Abyssals.
Okay, I'm not
Just-
gonna include every
I know, but just
single-
to have it in as reference.
Write that down. Write that down.
Ooh. Okay.
am I the only one taking
a little
notes?
kissy.
Oh, a little. Oh. What is this?
This looks pretty neato. A little horror. Gives me like a new take on Human Nikki. Remember that one?
Yeah. This looks awesome. totally different from everything they've shown so far. Everything's been like,
this is a me game, brother.
Everything's looked like PC, like strategy.
Decarnation.
Decarnation.
Thank you very much for sticking with us, everyone. We hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
You just saw why you were exactly right to be afraid of the ocean in Abyssals, and you confronted your inner demons in the retro dream horror of Decarnation. Next up, how do you rebuild a city in a world set after the collapse of civilization? Let's find out how by taking a look at I Am Future from TinyBuild.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, I Am Future.
Is there gonna be more footage of gameplay? This is the game where it's post-apocalyptic, the world's flooded, and you live on rooftops. Or just maybe a cinematic trailer. Oh, the worm! Keep an eye out, chat. We got a bird and a worm that could be a frog. Chat, frog watch is on. Oh my god, he's worm's gone. Just kidding.
Unicorn.
Warning. Hibernation aborted. Your total hibernation time was 6 years, 6 months, 5 days. Welcome to Eden, your new home.
Giving me a Avengers Endgame vibes, where the only reason Ant-Man came back was because a rat walked over.
But damn, this place is gorgeous.
What was the, oh god, what was the world like before he went in then? He said, whoa, this is sick! I like his
cool
multi-tool arm. Yeah.
That one looks cool.
Gameplay.
The worm!
That worm got something going on, bro.
Oh, this here. Do we know that already?
I think so.
I think we did, yeah.
Our forefathers conquered Caldera.
Don't eat worms, chat.
And bestowed it upon us. A
What's
new
this
generation to share.
I'm really always so interested in these games. These like royal legacy games. The one though that like seems so approachable, I forget what it was called, but you remember from a few, like last year I think it was too. It was like one of these, you know, royal like you denote your heirs and you like get people.
What is your Europa Universalis?
It's like that, those kinds of games, but it was like it had a really cute art style and just was like way more approachable than these that always look so like, oh my god, like how do I understand this? It had like a, oh man, I'll have to try to find that because that one really looked good.
I cannot recall.
And now for these next trailers, it's true. They do move in herds. That was so much. The thought process is simple. God creates dinosaurs, God destroys dinosaurs, man destroys God, man creates video games to play with dinosaurs. But just be warned that one of these trailers might come as a bit of a shock to the system.
Da-na-na. So they're gonna have system shock in this next batch.
They were talking in this trailer. I was like, what? We actually need a gameplay for System Shock.
I put in like a good 10 hours to the first Jurassic World Extinction. Made my own little dino park.
PC Gamer. Humans interfacing with computers for their own entertainment. The very notion disgusts me.
Look upon my works, foul creatures,
and weep at its
Sounds like
magnificence.
Shodan.
It is a beautiful day on Citadel Station.
Yeah.
Humanity is on the verge
This is my type of
new
nerd shit.
era. I I, Shodan, am its new god.
I like the style of this. Is the remake of the first one, right?
Yeah.
I like this like 3D but like pixel art aesthetic. It's common. Like a lot of indies use it, but I like this. I like it as a style choice for a System Shock remake.
You are nothing.
Like pixel heavy 3D.
I iterate. I fuse flesh and steel into perfection. My children, Hacker. Their blood is on your hands.
You will suffer for your transgressions.
These are my.
Yeah, I hope this is out soon, man. Because System Shock, it's one of those. I know people love it, and I've played a little bit of it, but it was just a little bit too old. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
the way it controlled was just a little. You know. No date.
What an incredible and frankly horrifying trailer. Developed
Not
by
even a
Night
year?
Dive Studio, System Shock is the return of a beloved, acclaimed sci-fi saga. Today, to take us even further inside the world of System Shock, I am thrilled to welcome the one and only Warren Spector. Thanks so much for joining us, Warren.
Hey, thanks for having me. This is going to be fun.
In terms of trying to translate the experience of a game from 1994, 3 decades later to now, what doesn't carry over well?
The first thing is the graphics, obviously. We did the best we could, but it was pretty primitive back then. And the other one is the user interface. If you look at when the game opened, the original, a help screen that came up, and it filled the entire screen with text.
It was like, before you start, it's
I don't know
gonna,
how
you're
the
gonna
guy
need
that
this.
did it. It's amazing. But frankly, as I think back on it, the game actually holds up pretty well. I'm excited to see it come back.
Just wondering if you think many modern gamers are aware of the impact that System Shock has had in terms of gameplay systems, in terms of narrative structure, on so many games that came after it.
I'm not sure people see the influence, which is a little unfortunate. But I think the rest of the world is going to get the chance now to experience it, and I think they'll see not just that they're having fun playing this game, but also see that other games followed in its footsteps.
Nowadays, we walk around with computers in our pockets. We're worried about the evil of algorithms. How do you think about a character like Shodan in 2022?
Shodan seems far too close to reality to me right now, and let's just hope that she doesn't show up as nasty a form as she did back in 1994.
Well, Warren, I wanted to thank you so much for joining us, and I want to let you know I cannot wait to return back to that world I played and enjoyed so much as a kid. Cheers.
Yeah, I can't wait to return to that world. I forgot
Right?
basically the fans know way more about the game than I do now, so it'll be a new experience for me too.
Thank you so much again, Warren Spector, for joining us to talk all things System Shock. I personally can't wait for the game to come out, though. It might completely ruin my sleep schedule, but before I spiral further, here are some more games to cram into your eyeballs.
I love cramming into my eyeballs.
Okay, good thing you said into your eyeballs. I was wondering where you're cramming some stuff.
That the rise of Titan would forever be without misery or bloodshed. We seek nothing from the solar system but a lasting amity of reason.
Oh, the frame rate on this trailer right now.
To see a war under any pretext would bring ruin to the great works of mankind. Any victory achieved through that deepest expression of human unreason would be as devastating as defeat. We have but a singular purpose: to establish peace and security for all mankind.
The war between Mars and Titan devastated our solar system. Lead the survivors to Demaret, where you will continue Falling Frontiers storyline campaign in orbit of an alien star.
Super people. Oh god. How many times are they gonna show this?
This is the second one. wonder what the player base was here.
It's gotta be, I mean, it seems like the kind of game that could be like huge in Korea or something, you know what I mean? Like the kind of game that's huge somewhere else and it's just not really taking off here, but clearly isn't having enough to survive, you know? Because I remember when I played, they had a lot of the character models you could choose were like, they all look like K-pop stars. And so my thought was like, is this one of those games that's like huge over in Korea and we just don't know about it?
Oh, final beta.
All right, gamers, good work.
And then it's going away
You've made
forever.
it here to a site of grace,
Yeah.
or a bonfire, or a sculptor's idol, or a lamp. Make sure you're staying hydrated, replenish your potions, and most importantly, keep letting us know what games you're excited about using hashtag PC Gaming Show.
I just used
personally,
it.
I can't wait to play The Altars.
Wow.
Oh, good. Now that we're all rested up, feeling good,
So
it's time to enjoy a slice of that lovely cyberpunk life, courtesy of Nivalis, and experience the
I did it before you
investigative
asked.
horror
So
of
wait,
immortality.
I'm not
The
obedient,
latest
I am-
from the mind of
Nah,
Sam Barlow.
they've been pushing.
What's a step ahead? What's the word I'm thinking of?
Good boy.
Trendsetter. It's not even it, but we'll go with that.
Nice.
Wow, that was a good one.
Good one.
There's been a few things. It's not been as.
Well, I don't want to spoil things too much.
The Immortals?
Immortality.
Immortality? Is this the one?
Hey, buddy.
Can't wait.
Oh, that's the mirror. That's the Satan mirror.
Satan mirror.
Freya pointed out what that said. It says something about Satan in service of Satan or something.
Does this work as a confession?
This system
So
is I'm like fascinated how far it goes, right? And again,
Really?
just go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I was gonna say, is there a date on this?
No, not yet. It's this year though. Sam Barlow games have this. You follow and chase a loose end on accident, you know? And I feel like that'll happen a lot here where you click on and you're like, oh, I'm getting somewhere. And that's just like not really anything, you know? I love Sam Barlow, dude. Sam Barlow, this is a call to you. We at Video Games Are Good. Love you very much. Cannot wait for everything you do, including this game. And shout out to your team at Half Mermaid. I'm not going to say, you know, they don't do a lot of great work as well. But Sam Barlow, I love you specifically.
For Sam Barlow, who is definitely watching right now.
Oh, yeah. You're welcome for that. Shout out.
Imagine.
We should take a break. No, we can go.
Oh my god.
Oh!
July 26th.
Sorry?
Emailing Sam Barlow right now.
Holy moly.
Hey, boss. Time to wake up. We got customers waiting.
This looks cool.
What do you mean?
Yo,
you
a
don't
little
know where to
cyberpunk
start?
cafe
Let's clean
game?
this place up. Move
Oh,
some
dude.
chairs and tables around. We
Okay.
can make this place shine again.
Another
If the weather gets
very
bad,
pixel heavy
we can
3D.
grow
PC
some veg in
Gaming
the
Show just
greenhouse.
started trending
Once
up.
we start making real money, well, then you can rent that fancy new
It's
apartment in
actually
Midtown.
wild that we heard about immortality for the first time
So make
last year.
friends,
at
make
E3
enemies. If
with
customers
like,
are rude, just
you know,
turn on the
nothing
old
shown,
charm.
like just the
Or
premise
water
of it.
down
Yeah, it
their
was literally
flanks.
just.
Oh my
I'm
god,
not
let's go!
your
And now it's
conscience.
coming up in a month.
This
Wild.
is a world to explore.
2 days
To
from my
make
birthday. It's like
stories.
Sam Barlow knew.
Your story.
He knows. He has been
You ever
watching.
look up at the clouds and wonder
I
what's
like
up
this,
there?
right?
Well,
Because
if you dream
this is
big
again.
enough,
I think
maybe you'll
there's so
find
many
out.
life and
Maybe
farming
we all
sim
will.
games these days, and we're now we're like,
To Nivalis.
I'm writing that one down. Now we're looking for.
Oh, you mean I'm writing
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one down? Oh,
Hi, I'm Marco.
you little
And I'm Roman.
podcast.
At Iron Lance, we're
But-
big fans of cyberpunk fiction and games.
We're
But we
like
have our
looking
own
for
ideas
new
of what
ways for
cyberpunk
that to
world
be
can
innovated upon. You
This
know.
is the game in which you
And
manage your restaurant.
Now
bar,
there's
or
like
nightclub,
cyberpunk
take care of the
restaurant,
staff,
life
deals,
sim.
farm,
There's fishing.
and
There's all the
experience
stuff
the
we
stories
like,
of the people
but
you
it's in a
meet.
cyberpunk
Or maybe you just want to take the day off
setting.
and go
It's
fishing
just
at the docks
very cool.
instead. Nivalis primarily uses voxel art for the environments. We spend lots of time creating a unique atmosphere with high levels of detail and dynamic elements.